I used to get overwhelmed with exercise machines because I had no idea which ones to do. Did I do all of them? That would take forever. Some of them worked the same muscle. How could I be sure I was hitting all of my muscles? To understand what you need to work out, you need to know what your basic muscle groups are. You will hear fitness fanatics referring to their workouts as leg day or today is back day. This means that they have devoted an entire workout to that muscle group. Depending on how many days per week you can devote to lifting, that will determine which muscles you choose to exercise. Here are the basic muscle groups: legs, back, abs, chest, shoulders or delts, and arms. Within certain muscle groups, you have multiple large or smaller muscles. Take legs, for instance. Within the legs, you have three very large muscles: your quads, the front of your thighs, your hamstrings, the back of your thighs, and your glutes, or your butt. Leg day is an amazing day to build muscle and continue burning calories for days because of the size of these muscles. Your calves are also an important muscle to shape and can take a straight cankle into a shapely, sexy lower leg. I'm able to wear my favorite boots now that I had almost discarded because I have been working my legs and I've lost weight, and my legs look better than ever. Here's a picture of one of my favorite exercises. It's called the calf raise, and I'm basically pushing up. There's a 45-pound plate on either side, and I'm lifting up, so I'm going up and down using my calves. A strong back is not just for aesthetics, but for functionality. Back muscles can make you look sexy in a racerback tank top or a swimsuit, and they're also very important in our day-to-day lives, especially with all the lifting of chubby little ones that we do. There are upper back exercises and lower back exercises. The pull-up, like I showed you in a previous slide, or the lat pull-down, are just a few examples of an upper back exercise. This is a picture of a standing row. A good lower back exercise is a hyperextension, and you have to be careful to squeeze your glutes really hard when you come up. And you can add weight like I've done with that one, or you can just lift it alone. But you see what I'm saying is to, as you come up, squeeze your glutes. Let's talk about abs. It has been said that abs are made in the kitchen. It also seems to be the area that hangs on to fat the longest. I know for me, I can feel really confident about my legs or my shoulders, but my abs are still a work in progress. 14 months into my strength training journey, which has not always followed a straight and narrow line, especially as far as dieting is concerned, I'm seeing some lines that I didn't see before, and the lines have been there for a few months. So it's impossible to see the work you've put into your abs if you're not watching your diet closely. Some female bodybuilders don't even train their abs because they don't care for the six-pack look. They prefer a smooth, flat look. For our purposes, it is another muscle area to train, which, as we know, is going to raise our resting metabolic rate. Once you can see your abdominal muscles, you can make the determination how hard you want to work them and how you want them to look. But the important thing to remember right now is that a consistent strength training routine combined with a healthy diet will cause you to lose body fat all over. So it's hard to spot reduce this area specifically if your diet is trash. You can't do 500 crunches a day and expect perfect abs if you're eating Twinkies for breakfast and you're eating dessert after lunch and dinner, and you get the point. If you're eating lots of refined carbohydrates and not very much protein, or if you're just eating too much in general. So stay on course with your exercise and diet, and you will lose your muffin top in the near future. And it is one of the most incredible feelings to be able to zip up a pair of jeans and put on a shirt and not have to worry about how it looks. In my opinion, chest is not a huge priority for women. I mean, having great pecs don't do much for our breasts, which are on top of the chest muscles. I do include it though because the more muscle you have on your body in general, the higher your resting metabolic rate. You will notice though many guys will devote most of their workouts to chest workouts. Nice pecs are good, but if the guy has string bean legs or no shoulder muscles, he probably needs to think about rounding out his workouts a bit. And what drives me nuts is seeing a girl follow a guy into the gym and then he proceeds to take her through a very thorough chest workout. It's great for him, but she probably needs to focus on other body parts like her butt or her shoulders. There is so much potential for sexiness when we build all of our muscles and don't just go into the gym with some guy who's going to take you through a man workout. Shoulders. This is my favorite area to work out. They're also very injury prone, so be sure to warm up adequately and don't try to go too heavy on your first set. I see a lot of guys who just walk into the weight room and I think they're embarrassed of lifting light as they warm up, so they just go heavy, and I just think that's a recipe for injury. You're going to learn some great exercises that will develop your shoulder muscles and give you a reason to wear that tank top or that sleeveless dress. This is me near the beginning of my weightlifting journey doing one of my favorite exercises, the shoulder press. Notice how I'm wearing a sweatshirt instead of a showy tank top. That's what I felt comfortable wearing when I started lifting, so I want you to wear what makes you feel comfortable and good to work out. And now you can't get me out of my tank tops that show off my shoulders. I'm so proud of them. And I love to look at them in the mirror, and it actually motivates me to work harder. So let's look at the arms. This is such an important area to work, especially for killing it in your favorite tank top. The two main arm exercises are the bicep, which is the muscle on the front of your upper arm, and your tricep, the muscle on the back of your upper arm. I find it humorous that when guys hyper-focus on their biceps, kind of like they do on their chest. I guess bicep curls are just an easy go-to. A lot of people don't go into the gym with a written plan, so you can always do bicep curls. But it's funny, your tricep muscle is actually bigger than your bicep, so don't neglect your tricep.